you won't be able to get hurt because you wear one of this. It's very easy to use. And then you need to have one pair of this as well, because when they start coming to stop you, you need to break the arm. And because you haven't got one, your partner haven't got one, when you're training, you cannot pull the technique out properly. The most important thing on our JKD training is how to destroy your opponent quick and fast. And that is what we're interested in. So I will explain to you in a minute so you know. When you walk with it like that sort of stick, in the reality come along, you will come across something like this, you might get, okay? Something like this, please use them, or you can use them, you can buy them, you can use them, and it's the same thing you work with. That's why you're using this sort of thing. In reality, that's how it works, one of this. Second one, you will sometimes get one of this as well, very, very easily, and that is what happened. You use them as you're using with a stick, same way as you're using on the paddling stick. That's why, in a minute, when we show you through the technique on the movement, you know why we don't use the certain heavy duty stuff, because when it's real life come along, you got no time to play around. One hit in your hand, you got no more hand left. So that's most important thing is you know exactly what sort of equipment you use and why you use them for. On this particular one in a minute now, I will show you through the technique that why we need to have them sort of equipment, so you know why we do what we do. Okay, let me bother you again, Mark. Now, first thing we want to talk to you about the knife. I already showed you through already why the knife is so dangerous. Stop, come along. Now, if I start to have like block of that, and then I hit him, for instance, okay, cut me. So that's it. One cut across there, like exactly, I just show you through the knife that you already see. My body will cut in half, just like this. The idea of weapon training, when you go into doing weapon training, is very dangerous. It's not something you mess around with. That's why we're using one of these weapons, basic on this plastic, some wooden one like this, to let you understand. So you know exactly when you're training, you know what to do. Safety comes first. Now, for instance, if I come in and he stops me again, and I try to lock to his tension hand, and then try to cut me, for instance, he will cut my arm off, and my hand will fall off. So what I'm trying to tell you, is that we don't want to teach you through the thing is not happening real. You have to work reality, and you have to work like this properly. Or else when they start coming to work, you will have problem. He stopped coming in. I'm interested in, boom. When I started coming to doing the elbow coming in, I will want to hit him hard enough in this part here to release in the knife. That's what is interesting. So when he stopped, I come in, boom. Then I started kind of work with him. He punched me this side, boom. Come in again. Why we can do this sort of movement and understanding the line? Because the student here have this vest. I haven't shown you one of this. You need to have one of this. Haven't got one of this, you won't be able to train properly, because it's real, and when you start to work, you have problem. That's why you have the shin pad here. When you come in, boom, you can able to come in and kick, boom, understanding that you can put the movement on properly. Next bit, you need to have the shin pad underneath. You're going to kick, boom. He can understanding the pressure when he coming in, and most important of all, he have the going guard here. So easily for me to work. Now, when you start to working with the knife, like this movement here, I will guide you along in a minute on a basic movement so you can understand. Now, the idea is, because I already explained to you that it's dangerous to work with knife, first thing you want to do to destroy the knife before you start understanding how to use your technique. You can learning, understanding, and you can be the best martial in the world. Doesn't matter. You can be the darkness of all. When somebody come and stop you with a knife, they kill you. Because that's what's happening. Somebody's going to stop you, going to cut your throat, cut your hand. If you're not going to go in and destroy them first, before you worry about your technique, you're going to have a problem. So what I'm trying to tell you is, when you train in weapon, bear in mind, first thing come first, weapon disarm, before you start to mess around with them. The weapon still in their hand, don't go in, or don't want to play with him. Run, or else you're going to die. That is the facts we try to get across. I don't come in here to explain to you and try to pretend this is how we do things and this is how it's done. No pretending. Dead or alive, because you work with a weapon here. So you got to understand that. When you're understanding that, when you're watching through our DVD, you start understanding why we do certain things we do. When he stopped me, the certain part of the hand here coming in, okay? When he stopped, he have to wear one of this. Why he wear one of this? If he stop me and I go, how can I use it in reality come along? When he stop, how can I go boom like that down here? How can I gonna bust him up properly and bust him up good and proper and I have one hand? When I haven't got one hand, I can go in and do whatever I want then because he won't be able to do anything. But another one I want to tell you so you can understanding what's happening. You can sit there and turn around and say to me, stop me. When I'm doing that, he can twat me in the face. Okay, your choice. What do you want to be? Dead or get twat in the face? If I elbow him in the arm and he twat me in the face and I break in the knife, get rid of the knife first, your choice. What do you want? You want to get stabbed or you want to get twat in the face? Twat in the face, you wouldn't be able to die, but get stabbed, you will get killed. That, if unfortunately, that maybe happen. But if you train properly, you understand the distance, will not be happen because you got so many ways of going and destroy the knife. Let me explain to you one again, what other way we're using to disarm that. When it starts coming in, because the hand coming in is not strong, this bit here. You either hit with the elbow, that if your martial art up to high standard of the training, you can be able to go in and work like this. If your martial art is not up to the standard, you will be stay away. So start here in a way, boom. That's before. Take the knife up again. That way, you can come in and stay away in the distance and go in a hit. Other way, you're able to do, come in and stab again. You come in across here and always keep the hand in here. Okay? Don't come in here yet. As soon as you go in here, that will get cut. Get this straight. Don't pretending you're learning other martial art. You pretend you're a grandmaster. Oh, this is a secret. Yes, that's a secret that you're in the coffin. That's why that's your secret. Because you die. Don't pretend and don't try to brainwash people. We don't want to do that. Try to brainwash you, show you. You got to know. Stop. Real. Boom. Knife. Hit. Hand. That's real. Punch this side. Back. Boom. Arm. Break it. Come back. Lock him. Come back and hit him. Bring him back here. Put him down. Kick him in the body. Put him in the face where you want. That's real. The rest of the movement, you try to pretend this, pretend that. That's why you go to the coffin. Because this reality is reality. Somebody come and stop you, they're going to kill you. They're not going to stop you to have a fun. Stop me. Oh, stay still. Hold on. Hold on. This is in the Jodo the moment. Don't kill me yet. Stay still. Oh, here you are. You not work in the studio with your proxy student and then try to using a technique like this. It's not going to happen. You can't face the facts. The facts is this. So when you're training or watching through this DVD, I want to make sure you're understanding this. When you start understanding this, you know what we're trying to tell you. And what we're trying to tell you is what is happening out there. Because when you come out with this training on a weapon, it's very dangerous. So I will try to guide you along as best that I can. Try to let you understanding. If you go to training with somebody else, you're understanding the real thing. The real thing is this, so you know. Now, if you stop me again, when you work on this sort of movement, you work in a lot of different movement coming in. If you worry, you're on the way, you're scared, and you stop, you have to have the hand here. Now, if you bring the hand back, I'll be here. Okay, so if you stop and bring the hand back, for instance, like that, and bring the hand, I'll be here. I'll be in control of the line here. So basically, I will stick with him. So when he stop and he bring the hand, I'll be here. If he cross the hand down here, I start to knowing where the hand is. If he cut down here, then I will know. The idea of this training is a lot to do with the energy drill training. You feel them. But when you're coming in, you don't play around with this sort of thing. So either when you come in, boom, like this. So your hand coming strong. It's got to be enough power when you're coming in. That's why you wear one of these sort of like padding. So for me to generate a lot of power coming down. Now you turn around and tell me that, what about if I haven't got enough power? I can't give it to you. You have to train. You can't sit there and say, I need some power. It's not a special pill you need to have to get that power. That's why you spend years training. You can't buying out DVD, sitting there and say, oh, what about? It's no what about. It's spend time training on how to develop this sort of movement on the power side. If you're not, you won't be able to pull it out so you can understand. Another one you can show you so you can understand. If you got a weapon, if I have the knife and he have the knife, let me show you, use this one and use that one. If he got a knife, come in and stab me, I wouldn't want to go like that and, oh, I stab you. We won't do this sort of thing. The idea of our training is we don't trade blow and we don't go in. If you're watching full martial art, you will see. That's the basic equipment you use. You've got to make use of your equipment and know how to use them. When he stabbed me, I stand there and I try to stab him. And he said, oh, I cut you first. So what about you? Oh, doesn't matter. I cut you first. See what happened here and here. You see what happening? Two go in this line. Two line, knife come to me and knife cut him. So what happening? You get cut, I get cut. You get killed, I get killed. The idea of the training is using the equipment like this, weapon like this. I got one, he got one. So when he stabbed, cut his hand, boom. Ha! Now who in charge here now? Punch me other side. Ha! That's the idea we try to tell you. We try to tell you, we use the weapon, make use of it, and dealt with a situation. We're not here to tell you that you go in and trade blow and do this silly movement. In a reality, come along. You got no time to be fancy. You got no time to come in and use this sort of movement. So when you use the basic equipment, this is a few movements that I'll show you so you're understanding. When you start understanding, you have the appreciate of learning the weapon so you know when and why you use certain things. Next thing I'm going to go through is why we use certain things we use. Don't use this. On this one, we're using a stick, for instance. He got a stick. I have the stick. Yeah? So let me guide you along so you know exactly what's happening. When you're watching through the DVD, you don't sit there and squat your head and say, yeah, I don't do that. I do this way. Man, end of the day, you can do what you want. Doesn't matter. I'm not here to tell you that you got to do exactly how I do it. You can do the way you want to do it. But on this training, on our training, we show you this way. This is how we train. Yeah, how you train doesn't really matter to us, how you train. Okay, because end of the day, if you have the open mind, you will take something in with you. If you haven't got open mind, then you have problem. So let me tell you through this basic movement here, so you understand why we do what we do. He hit me. That's the fact. I will hit the stick, and when I hit the stick, I come in and hit him. Now, you will see a lot of this training already. So when he come in, you will see this sort of training. Boom, come back here and then hit him. We do that sort of movement, and we don't. Why? Because we don't want to get too close to deal with a situation like this, because it's very dangerous to us. When he hit, I want to be boom on the arm here. Okay? When is that hand landing here, that will release. As soon as that hand hit, I will land here. As soon as that hand come in here, I will be back here, and bang, it's back into here. Now imagine, this is just a normal stick. Now if one of this, heavy one of this, coming in and hit you right in your knuckle, you do some training with weapon before, that's why you bought this DVD, or you haven't trained on this weapon before, get one of the stick, and just lightly tap your hand like this. And when you start to feel, man, it's hurt, then you can appreciate, and you know why we do what we do. So that's give you an example how painful that will be when you start to work on that stick. We work on all different aspects of the movement. So when he start to hit me, for instance, I work in arm like this, for instance, stopping him. Now when we do the stick against stick, it's help us to stopping the force and borrowing just that second. Okay, just that second for me to go in to do what I want. Because if he coming in, not necessarily I will be able to hit him in hand, because he got the same length of the weapon that I got. So I would hit him the same length. But when he coming in, not necessarily I will be hit here. Okay, I will miss. Okay, so the idea is I don't want to be missing that movement and I come back and hit me across the head and I come back to block, a bit delay for me. I don't want to gamble that movement. So what I want to do is try to go in and delay that second. So when he come in here, I delay. As soon as I delay, I come in from here, see? As soon here. As soon as I come into here, that will come in right on the finger of him. When is that finger? Boom! I come back like this on here. And that weapon will release straight away. Then I can come in and do what I want. You can come in close to him and sing and dance if you want. Because the weapon is gone, you can do what you want. That is the whole idea of it. Another movement we're going to try to understand it when you come in again. I need to have the line. So I get news, you see a lot of this. We do a lot of this sort of movement. Come here, before I start hit, I want delay. I want to delay and then come in. As soon as I come in here, and I don't want to hit him yet, I want to bottle that and try to hit him down, lying down here. Then I come along, when I come in, delay that hand down here, then I come down, boom. As soon as I come down here, yeah, I can start with the toe. As soon as I hear the toe is gone, then I come back here, then I'm going to do what I want across his face. So that's the idea we're using a weapon like this, and to do why we do the certain move like this on this particular weapon. Okay? So when I start having training on this, on a movement like this, when it start hit me again, I start to move the line here. When I start to move the line here, I need to understand the distance. So I need to understand the distance of the movement here, so I know exactly where to hit. Okay, that's why we have this sort of movement. And you wonder why, where this movement on here, if you don't use it. So I show you now that's why on this basic equipment you use, so you know. So if he come and hit me, yeah, I first have this on my hand, so his hand is gone, drop the weapon. As soon as the weapon is land, yeah, the drop, I will come back and kick him. So I need to make my whole body functional. That's why I have that here, to see that I can go in and work. So we're coming in, so I hit, I come back, hit here, come back, boom, down here. And when I come down, I can hit to the head here. Yeah, for instance, that's why you need to have the thigh here. So when the thigh, that you just kick him there, give him very, very good dead leg, that you can control the system then. But as you can see, when we get rid of the weapon first, before we go in, engage in that movement. If we not get rid of the weapon, we won't want to get engaged in that red zone because it's very, very dangerous to us. So when he started to hit me again, I hit bang across the arm. If as soon as that land, and he not dropped it, I turn around, boom. When that's done, I will bring this leg coming in and kick straight down here. So it doesn't really matter where I land. I can kick, boom, and I'm going. Or I kick, boom, to the chest. Okay? And if he still survives, and he punch me this size, that's fine. Boom. Now you wonder, a lot of time when we're training on a DVD, you see that we always control the long distance like this, and not too close to the face when he hit me. If he get too close, he gets very, very injured very easily. Okay? That's why we have this equipment on. And second thing I need to point out to you so you can understand, when the student stands still like this, when I punch him, if he stands still, don't move, or I hit him, it's very, very painful because you're taking all the force into you. But as soon as I hit him, I absorb, moving like that will spread around his body. Okay? So the force will spread around his body. He don't get injured that easily. If he stands still, all the movement we do in the weapon training, as you already see, when you press play, we haven't got no more student left. All our students are dead. Because the way we put the power in, the way we put the movement on the hand, if you haven't got this equipment. And this is why we have this particular equipment to use. And this is what we're talking about. In this one here, we talk to you through the basic knife training. If you already done through the basic exercise already on the weapon, you should be okay on this movement, similar movement to what you've done already if you're training on a basic movement. The most important thing is you have the understanding how to put the body into particular movement. This one here will show you how to elbow coming in when they come and stab you. And when he come in to stab you, how to punch him, and when he come in to hook you with a knife, what you need to do, and so on. Let me show you through now the basic movement on it, so you can understanding how to deal each one here. Let me borrow you can type. This one here, when he come and stab you, you're already using this movement already on the basic training here, an elbow coming down. That is the very basic movement you need to understanding and need to know that. So when he come and stab, block. So the hand, make sure the hand like that to block out, okay? And when you block out that, grab hold if you can, an elbow, straight coming in elbow left, okay? And that is the most important part. Okay, back, put it again. That is what you need to do on this sort of movement here, coming to make sure the elbow will land and land properly. Next one I'm going to show you if you don't want to do in this particular movement, what you can do. This one here, when you come in and whack him into the hand, when he come and stop me, block the hand out like this, come in like that. When your hand come out like that already, hand here, punch. Make sure when you punch him right into his fist there, back of the wrist. So I see this one here, back of the wrist. That's why if you already watching through the basic equipment, and that's why you have to have one of this, because when you hit into his wrist can be broken. Pick a knife up here. The most important thing is you need to understanding where your body are. When you start to understanding where your body are, it's become easier for you to work. Come in again. Now stop in again. Because you're here already, that's where they are. Now if he wants to stop me or try to cut me, he need to move the knife back this way. As soon as he moves the knife back this way, I have the control, see? That's where I come in and hit on here, or I come and hit to here. Other one you can do, it come in and elbow straight down. It just depends how good you are on the training, on the basic already. So if you stop me again, I might come in here and go boom like that, and I will come straight down and hit him straight away because I already in line to work with him. Pick up again. Next one I'm going to show you and talk to you about, come in. If your opponent coming in and hook you with a knife coming in like this, like that, okay? Now if you have your hand, okay, watching this move, if you have your hand too close here, you will get cut off, okay, you get curved off. You already done that through the basic, I already go through that already, but of this purpose, of this section here, in that basic, I will need to guide you along again. So when you're watching through, you know exactly how to do them. So when he hook me again, one here, bang, hit straight on this hand. Block here, and then this hand come and hit straight to this hand here. Okay, that's very, very dead simple. Because you got the understanding one single basic thing. The knife is very dangerous. I mentioned to you already on the basic equipment how dangerous the knife is. So that's why you need to be very cautious of what you're doing. Come in, try to hook me again on that. So when they start, that's where they are. Move the hand slow to here, then come in and whack into the hand. If you want to come in here and you try to force to cross like that, force it into me, then you cross this hand here, then come back and elbow coming down. It's all depend on what he trying to do here. Okay. Next one we're going to talk to you about is when he coming to stop you. Okay, when he come to stop me like that, okay, when he come to stop me, you can come in to elbow. When you come in to elbow him here, okay, that's why you have to body like this. When you come into elbow like that, and his knife is not falling off yet, don't want to let go, for instance, you grab this hand here and change your body like this, okay. When you start changing your body like that, you start to broken the arm down. When you start to open the broken arm down here, then you still grab hold of the knife, bring the hand back like this here, and grab hold of it, and then go back to that hit. And when you start hit him here, okay, and he don't want to let go, and he's already let go, but he still don't want to let go, that's why you have the hand back in here to hit him, to make sure he let go. Pick a knife back up again. Let me show you through that slowly again, on one more again, so you can understanding how it works again. When he stop, one, coming in, elbow, he don't let go this hand. From here, grab. Turn your body into here, break in the hand. Now when you come in here, you can hit down here if you want. Okay, or you want to come up here and you get the shoulder to drop like that if you want. So break in the elbow down if you want. Then come back here, grab hold of the elbow here. Make sure the elbow. If you not grab hold of the elbow, he will bend the elbow and hit you straight back here. Then you will get cut, you will have problem. So make sure to grab the elbow. Elbow me, bend back, you will have problem here. As soon as that coming down, if you hit like that and you bend your hand back, that's when you can come into here, cross here, okay? That's when you cross the arm here, boom down, and that's when you come down here. That's when you come down here, and that's when you come down here to release the weapon. You got to make sure that when you're dealing with weapon, you got to make sure that will be off his hand before you go in to hit him. If you not, you will have problem when you start to doing the movement and you worry too much about going hit him on his face. When you start to worry about hitting too much on his face and not worry about get rid of the weapon, you won't be able to do so. Why? Because if he stab me and I hit him here, he will force that knife in right away, okay? Because in a distance, he will force the knife in. I hit him, he will force the knife in. When he forces the knife into me, I get cut and I get killed even. Either, if I start to cup the hand here and I hit him and he will slide my hand straight away. Okay, so that's the most important thing is when you got a knife, when it stop, get rid of them. Then come and hit them. Okay, then do what you want to do with him, dealing with him then. Okay, dealing with him then. Have a look at this part of the DVD so you can understanding how we do them. Practice them, all the basic good. When you start to practice all the basic properly, when you're moving on to next chapter, you become easier as you move it along. Have a look at this so you know how I do them. When your opponent came in to stab you with the knife, block and elbow straight into the forearm to releasing the knife. When your opponent came in to stab you with the knife, block and punch straight into the back of the hand to releasing the knife. When your opponent came in to hook you with the knife, block and using the other hand to punch straight into the forearm to releasing the knife. When your opponent came in to hook you with the knife on the hand, block and using the same hand to punch straight into the forearm to releasing the knife. When your opponent came to stab you, block his hand and elbow straight onto his arm. Keep hold of his arm and bring it up to break his arm. Then came back one more with the elbow into his wrist to releasing the hold of the knife. This kind of technique is used when your opponent have a strong hold of his knife. When your opponent comes to stab you, block using the elbow to his arm. If your opponent won't let go, using the back of the fist to hit to his arm to releasing the knife. In this part of the DVD here, I will talk to you through when your opponent have the knife and you have the stick, what you do. The most important thing is get rid of the weapon. I already mentioned to you 1,000 times already. You now have the idea now what is most important thing to you. Let me show you through this basic movement so you can understanding how it works. When you're watching through the DVD, you know how to do them. Let me borrow you can type. In this particular one here, when the opponent come in to stab me, when he stab me. Now, the idea is I got a weapon, he got a weapon, I got one longer than his. Okay, that's the most important thing. If he stab me, I go like that, he won't be able to stop me. So let's get this fact right. Now, if I start to understanding that is the most important thing is I got already longer weapon than he's got, and he come to stop, he won't be able to come and stop. To come and stop me. I'm mile away from him, see? See the idea? But what we're trying to saying is, this is not the point that we're trying to tell you. What we're trying to tell you is, you know you got the advantage of your opponent by having the longer weapon. But how to hit them and get real weapon before you start to come in to hit him and dealing with the situation you are in. So I will guide you through along where to hit and how to move out of the way. Now when they come and stop me, if I come to stop and I hit like this and my hand is too close to here, it don't do me any good because too close to me, okay? Because I need to have the distance. So when I come to hit, I move and be here. You see how far away I am to the knife. Instead of coming when he stops, I have to be here like this. It's too close. If I do hit him, okay, and he will come straight in and try to stop me because the knife is pointed and it's very sharp. And if he get one cut to me, even though I got a stick, won't make no difference. So when he coming in, I need to move out of the way in case he can force himself into me. Okay, let's move back as I can. You can see. So when he come and stop, I move one. And when it done that already, I need to have this hand come up, boom, back here. Okay, to hit to his weapon to release that. So that moves coming again. So coming one and two. Okay, when that coming in here, then I can come in and work around his head. That's one purpose of the movement. And second one I'm going to show you through so you can understand and practice when you go through is when you stop coming again, come in 1, 2. When you done that, this hand flick underneath here. See, fit underneath here, come up, yeah, and up now. So go 1 and 2. So when you stop coming in, so hit 1 on his hand, 2 and 3. To get used to the feeling of the movement of it. Now if you come in try to slash me this way, for instance, I work exactly the same. Across the hand, when you come in, across the hand like that, okay? When across the hand. The hand come in here, and because the force still coming this way, when you come in here, I will come back and then work like that. Okay, back again. So when you come in 1, then I come back and work like that on here to get rid of the weapon. That is what I'm interested in, to get rid of them. Next one I'm going to show you how to work underneath, upward, for instance, 2, 3 movement to get used to understand the rhythm. Okay, when he come and stop, for instance, coming in, I go 1, 2, 3. As soon as I come into 3, I will come back to hit him on his head. Okay, that's what I want to hit. Coming back again. So when he come into stop, 1, 2, come in, 3. Straight back onto his leg here. When he come back here, I can cross this way, whang. I hit him across the head like that. The idea is I need to expressing my movement, okay, to make my movement more freedom. Not necessarily sometimes when he come and stop me, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and across to his face here, okay? The body, you need to understanding how to turn your body when you hit him, and where to hit him, and how to go back to that particular movement again to deal with that situation, okay? Now, if you come in across this way, for instance, across this way, try to slash me across the way, may no different to you, okay? When it start to, no different. The most important thing is if he got that and he come too close and he go like that, more likely he will come back to cut your throat off because he will force that in, okay, and that will cut your throat off. The idea is when he comes to that, stay away from him. So even though he forced him down, he's on this way, nowhere near to your dangers at all, okay? You are away from whatever he come across. So he come across that, he come in here, I will be here. See the movement over here. When he come in, slash, I'll be here. Okay? When I start to hit him in his hand here, I quickly come back and hit in this hand here to where the knife down. So when you come back again, so go 1, hit here, 1, hit here. As soon as you hit here, come back again across the head if you want to. That's the whole idea. When you've done across the head here, okay, then you come back here, boom, and make sure you land right on his toe. Okay, so watch out one again. So 1, 2, cross here if you want, come back, hit to head. As soon as cross the head down here, yeah, that's when you're hitting down. Now, because you're hitting down, hit right to the toe. But anything along this line, when you're here, yeah, along this line, you will go. So that's why we're here, gone, here, gone. That is the whole idea of the movement. Is how to using your body and hit, and make sure to hit them where it really hurt. When you start understanding that, then easy for you to go in and do other movements that you needed to. Have a look at this part of the DVD so you can understanding how to do them. When your opponent comes to slash you with the knife, using the stick to hit him from the inside of the wrist and outside of the wrist to releasing the knife. When your opponent comes to stab you, hit the stick onto his wrist to releasing the knife and then hit him again to his temple to knock him out. When your opponent comes to stab you, hit his wrist twice with the stick and then hit him again on top of the head to knock him out. When your opponent comes to slash you, hit his wrist twice with the stick, then hit him again across his face to knock him out. When your opponent came to stab you, hit his arm with the stick to release the hold of the knife, then hit him in the leg and then the head to take him out. When your opponent comes to stab you, hit his arm with the stick to release the hold of the knife, then hit to his ankle, then hit to his head to knock him out. In this part of the DVD here, you select in a moment. I will talk to you through how to use in a weapon again in a weapon. The most important thing is get rid of the weapon first when your opponent comes in with a weapon. That is the whole idea. Let me show you through the basic principle what you need to do when your opponent comes with a weapon try to stab you. So you understand. Let me borrow you again, Dave. The idea of this, you have to understanding this is when you're starting to stab you, okay, come and stab. When you block using this hand to block before you cut him, make sure that if you do, the hand have to come in nice and hard before you come and cut him and then do the business. Otherwise, if you want to using the movement, you have to make sure that knife contact first to his arm, cut him first before you start coming in to doing any other movement. Let me show you another one so you can understand. Stop coming in, you're using this knife. When you cut him here, make sure that you come back to block, okay? If you're not blocking, if you cut and then you let go, he will come back and cut you. So the idea is when he stops coming in, cut and block. When you start to block the hand, this back of the knife here, come back here to hit him. So like this. When the back to hit him here, you can come in and do what you need to do with him. Okay, pick up again. Now if your opponent coming in and start to stop, and then you hit into his hand and he won't let go, what you do? Stop coming again. Let me guide you through along again. Stop, block, hit. When you hit him into here, and he got very, very strong wrist, and he grab his hand very tight, and the most important thing, get rid of that thing first. If that thing is still here, you're more likely to get in trouble. So when that here, not there, cut straight down here, and then back of this hand like this, curve the whole knife off. And that is very important. Take a knife again. When you work with this particular movement like this, okay, when you're coming in to put the back of the knife into your opponent's wrist, for instance, when you start working this, you make sure that you hit them and hit him hard coming down. When you start to hit him hard coming down, very unlikely that he can grab hold of the weapon that tight. So you can start to go in and cut him on the back of the wrist if he start to grab him tight. Okay, come in again. Now, for instance, if your opponent coming in and stop, and you come in here and you do that, and you come in here, and you wonder, he gonna punch me. We want to talk to you through that later as you're watching through the other bit. At this one here, I just go through to you through the basic thing like cutting him, hitting him where your body are. So when you're watching through this, you can understanding how to do them, or else you will have problem with understanding it. When you're watching through the other bit, you will go through all that as well as we go moving along. Have a look at this part of the DVD so you know how I do them. When your opponent came in to stab you, block his arm and slide his forearm, then came back with your knife under his arm to releasing the knife. When your opponent gone to stab you, using the knife to block, then came down with the base of the knife to release the holes of the knife. In this part of the DVD, I will go through with you basic movement like when your opponent come and stab them, elbow coming down and cut their throat and come to hit them, for instance. And the opponent coming in, cut the hand, and then they come and punch you, and you coming in to do with the movement like the kick or come in with the elbow. Let me show you through the basic of it. So when you're watching through this part, so you got an understanding where to put your hand, how to hit, or where you hit, so you know where everything are. Let me bother you can dive. In this particular one here, I will go through to you now, is when they come to stab you and cut the wrist and come back and hit him onto his chest. When he come and stab me, come in here. When you start to finish that movement, you can come in and hit like that if you wanted to. But this exercise we're doing, we're coming down and hit with the elbow. Basically, exercising the different part of the body, not dependent on just one particular one. So when you get used to that one, when you move it on to the next one, you have problem. So this one, we're going to elbow, come down. As soon as the elbow coming down, this hand, elbow here, this hand, like that. As soon as the hand coming across, come back here, boom, like that, to hit to the chest to knock him out. Now the idea is, when you start to work with this sort of movement, when you're coming in, stab me again, cross, here, and then back if you want. If you're doing this one, that's fine. Come down like that, fine. If you come down like that, and you've got a problem with come too close elbow, and you won't be able to get a lot of power in, you think you won't be able to get a lot of power in here, then do using this one. But try to practice more of this, yeah, and then cut. When you cut this way here, your hand come across that. This hand here, you come back to that hit. Okay, up again. When you start to moving and then using this sort of equipment and hitting, you're thinking, this hit coming in, it's not gonna hurt. Let me bother you. When he started coming in, when you hit him in the center of chest. It's no different to when you punch him. I stand here like that. It's not using a lot of ways coming in. It's all to do with the power you put on. When you hit him in the back of the hand like that and hit to the chest. As you know, through the basic equipment we're using, every time we're training, they all have the vest on like this. So you know that. That's why you see him. If he's still standing here and you fall, if it hurt, then why he stands still there then? Yeah, of course it's going to hurt, but he wears that, so it absorbs him to the body easily. The next one we're going to show you through now is the movement when you start to put the elbow. Instead of hit the hand here, you come in and bang the elbow in instead of coming to hit him to the chest here. Let me bother you again. The movement like this, you work exactly the same again. Come in and stop me. Person preference. So you hit it here if you want, you hit it down here if you want. It's up to you. Boom, down here if you want. Come down here across this side if you want. Cross this side you want. Doesn't really matter which one you're going to use. You cross this way, that's fine. You come the elbow in. You cross this way, you come the elbow in. Doesn't matter. I will come across this way. Then when I finish that, the hand is here. When my hand is here, elbow straight coming down like this. Okay, that's the whole idea. My body will turn and my body will land like that. Okay, that's the most important thing. I want to exercise that movement of the body. That is important that you can understanding where the movement you can put on and where you can put on other one and if you need to pick it up. Next one I'm going to go through to you now. If your opponent coming in, stop me, and I come and block, and you do exactly the same one again, and then coming in and he punch me this way. When he done this one here, okay, you have the knife here. So when he done that one here, you have a knife here. This knife will come in quickly to block and cut at the same time. When he done that, grab this hand here and come back and kick him. You want to kick him this straight in if you want. Doesn't really matter. Make sure you kick him in the solar plex area, right in the chest here, to king him, to knock him out. If you want to kick him this way, if you want, kick one leg here, right on the rib here to kick it, boom, like that if you want. It's all up to you. How do you want to do that movement? When you finish and he's still there, and the arm here, you got a knife here. If you don't want to stop him, you can come back, right back the hand, boom, into here to get rid of him if you want. It's all up to you how you want to use it. Let me show you that movement slowly again so you can understand how it works. When it comes to stop, block and cut. Elbow coming down here. Cut the throat, back, elbow coming in if you want. If you could finish up it here and then that knife will drop and he come and hit you, block and cut the hand here, come back, kick him like that if you want. Come back, kick him like that if you want. Come back, hit him like that if you want. It's all up to you. If you come back here and hit him this way if you want, punching him with a knife coming in, okay, instead of stopping him, coming like that if you want, okay. If you start to want to punching in like that, make sure your fist is solidly together like this, okay, hold solid like that together. And when you hit that center, don't lean like that when you hit because you won't be able to hit him. That knife here will be supporting that here, you won't be able to hit him. So make sure like this center like when you hit him, yeah, to knock him out. Because it's solid with the fist here, when you hit, it's like you got a knuckle duster in your hand. When you hit, it's very, very painful. Have a look at this part of the DVD so you know how I do them.